Hi everyone. In the month leading up to this hike, I of course have nothing better to do than hyperfixate on all of the things that are within my control. One of them being debating and overanalyzing every piece of gear that I own. So this chill little video will be all about me analyzing and debating over some gear items that other people seem to be bringing that I am not so sure about. Feel free to say what you think about these items, and if you have any personal experience with them, that is a plus. So let me know your pros and cons. And I do promise one day I will put out an official gear list. No big deal, I'm just over here tweaking and testing and panicking. But I will put one out after my 50-mile shakedown hike. And also, if you don't know, I do have a late May start, so I hope to put the first video of me actually out on trail around June 2nd. Okay, so for item number one that I have been debating is gaiters. And I'll put a picture right here if you don't know what that is. So it seems that people either act like they cannot live without these, or they just have never used them, which makes me think that I don't know what I'm missing out on. But basically, they're like little curtains for your shoes. They go around your ankle, and they keep out all the dust and little rocks and dirt that can get inside of your shoes. I have never tried them because I personally don't have an issue with items getting inside my shoes. And I have hiked a few dusty, crusty trails, but this has just never been an issue for me personally. And also, I've never hiked like in sand or really loose dirt. So maybe that is when they would come in handy. I'm not really sure. I do feel a little apprehensive about leaving trail without having this item because I don't know how easy they are to get when I'm on trail. So I might just buy them just in case, and then send them home if I don't like them or don't find them useful. Item number two is a sleeping bag liner. As I said in my big 3 video, I have an Enlightened Equipment Enigma quilt. It's for 10 degrees, but I am just very scared of being cold. My issues with warmth, and especially keeping warm at night, have been intense lately. I have the C2 Summit thermal reactive liner, and it says that it adds 20 degrees of warmth, but it also weighs 9.3 ounces. But if it's weight versus good sleep, I would be willing to carry that. I just don't know if I'm hacking my fears with this, but also I have issues with staying warm in my home that has a heater. So would I be stupid not to bring it? I also don't love sleeping directly on the sleeping pad. I don't really like the texture, so I feel like if I added the sheet over my sleeping pad, that would make me feel more comfortable. I cannot decide. I could also alternatively ship it to Kennedy Meadows or use in the Sierra if I do find that the 10-degree quilt is not warm enough in the desert. Although I am hoping that my shakedown hike will provide some more insight to that. Now for item number 3, I am debating bringing hiking pants or leggings. My plan as of right now is to bring some leggings that I could wear under my shorts if I have a cold morning or evening. Don't look at my gear yet, it's not ready. But these are the merino wool base layer. They're really nice. They're very warm. I've only used them a few times. I also have some very warm sleeping pants, but I do not want to hike in those. As of right now, I'm not someone that wants to hike and sleep in the same clothes. I'm also someone that prefers just hiking or being outside in general in shorts. I'm not very big on pants, although they also help prevent sunburn. I'm not tripping too much on this item because it's something I could easily get from trail. And I also have not decided if I'm bringing my Frog Togs rain pants that match my Frog Togs jacket. Since California has gone crazy with the weather this year, I have done a lot of day hikes in the rain, and I used my Frog Togs jacket, but I did not wear the pants. And the caveat to that is that I was using an umbrella, which brings me to item number 4. An umbrella So I was dead set on bringing an umbrella when I first got it. I found it really useful for hiking in the rain. It definitely, obviously, keeps me dry, but also the it helps me from being cold because the cold rainwater is not landing on my jacket and making me cold. My main issue with this is just that it's hard to make this item hands-free. And before you say anything, I have tried everything to make this item hands-free, and it doesn't work right. It either leans or I'm concerned about it in the wind. It's just not comfortable. And it's also pretty heavy and pretty bulky for an item that I might not use very often. I have heard some people say that this is an item that they can't hike without, but I've also heard that it is probably the #1 item donated to hiker boxes, aka thrown away. So yeah, I don't know. I'm torn. That's what this video is about. I guess I could start the trail with it, and if I hate it or don't use it, I'll be one of those people that puts it in the hiker box. So item number 5 is a outside bag cover versus an inside bag liner for waterproof or water protection. So when I bought the ULA circuit, I also went ahead and bought the bag cover with it. But a lot of people seem to not use them or not like them. A lot of people opt for an inside the bag liner or even just a trash bag inside of the bag for water protection. My thing with this is that I am not someone who just stuffs their sleeping bag and items inside the bag. I definitely like them in their own bag and organized. So I do have the Sea to Summit compression waterproof bags that I will put my tent and my sleeping bag and clothes inside of. So because of this reason, I don't know if I would prefer an inside bag liner or an outside bag cover. I don't know. And because I don't know, I also feel like I'm very unqualified to even do this trail in the first place. I'm just really second guessing myself here. Item number 6, that is a buff. I have used a buff before when it was really cold when I was bike commuting, but otherwise I don't use them, and I can really only stand them over my nose for a few minutes. I also don't understand why I couldn't just use a bandana instead of a buff for that purpose. Also, another reason why I really wanted the Senshi Designs sweatshirt is because the zipper comes all the way up past your nose. So does that count as a buff? I don't know. Okay, for item number 7, that is thicker gloves or mittens. So I have these merino wool glove liners. I use them all the time because I'm cold all the time, but they only really do well in temperatures above 35 degrees. Otherwise, I'm pretty cold. So I don't know if I should get something warmer for the Sierra section of the trail. This is also something I'm not super worried about because they can easily be picked up at a place on trail. Okay, item number 8 is camp shoes. So I will say on normal backpacking trips, these are a must-have for me. Even on day hiking trips, the first thing I want to do is take off my shoes when I get to the car and put on my slides. I also love putting on a pair of slides at the campsite with a freshish pair of socks. I guess my concern for these is just how dry the trail is going to be. And I think just seeing people's videos of, the March starters has me nervous for this because the trail just looks miserably wet. And if it's wet, I'm not going to wear these. I think I'll probably start the trail with these and then send them back if I don't use them. No big deal. Now, number 9, and that is the different food bag. I don't even know where I got this. do not like that it's not waterproof or critter-proof, meaning mice could get to my food and eat it before I can. Or I guess theoretically a bear could as well. But for some reason, I just don't even think about bears. I don't know why. Also, it just falls over when I set it on the ground, which is a very minor annoyance, I know. But I really like the ones that can stand, like, on their own. Because I swear, digging in this thing is like a black hole. I almost can never find at least one item that I swear I packed. And lastly, item number 10, and that is a different pot. I originally really liked this pot because it comes with this really cute little cup. I was going to bring that cup for coffee with my like GSI outdoors drop drip that hooks on to the top of it. But I don't think I'm going to bring that anymore. So the cup is just not going to come with me. So it would just be the pot. And my issue with this pot is that it's really tall and it's not wide. So I've had a lot of issues with food burning, even when I use oil at the bottom and a low flame. I don't know, maybe I need more practice with it, but it just always burns my food, which defeats the purpose of even bringing a pot, because what's hot food if it's burnt? It's also quite heavy compared to some ultralight cook sets, but I really like the brand Stanley because it reminds me of my dad. So I'm oddly sentimental about this pot. But I really appreciate everyone watching and commenting and subscribing. And like I said, if you have any suggestions or thoughts about what I should and should not bring, let me know. Thank you. Bye.